This is lesson 6.3. This is found on page 162 of your book, Extending Financial Statement Information on a Worksheet. And we kind of talked about this a little bit in the last lecture, okay, or the last lesson. But again, all we're going to do is move over our debit balances without adjustments. Okay, so if the cash is $49.64 even on the debit side of the trial balance, we'll move it over to the balance sheet $49.64 debit side. Okay, we'll get all of those done that don't have adjustments. Okay, then we'll do the debit balances that do have adjustments, which would be these supplies and prepaid insurance. Again, we're going to take our trial balance number, subtract out that credit, and here's what we'll get. Okay, $310. Here's our prepaid insurance minus our credit. We have $1,100. Okay, then we'll do our credit balance without adjustments. Okay, and those would be here. Okay. Then we're going to go over to our income statement balances. We're going to start with sales. Remember that income summary is how you know when to go to the income statement. So sales is the first thing that you always do. Sales starts on a credit side in the trial balance, so you'll move that over. Then you're going to do your expense balances without adjustments, which would be your advertising, miscellaneous, rent, and utilities. Okay, move those over, and then you'll go back and extend your balances that have your adjustments, which would be your insurance and your prepaid. Your prepaid insurance and your supplies. Okay, so you'd move those over. Those didn't have a trial balance before, right? Because there was nothing in that insurance expense before we made that adjustment. So you'll take nothing plus your debit of 100, and this will be an income statement debit of 100. Your adjustment here would be 715. Okay, recording net income and totaling and ruling a worksheet. Okay, so again, single rule. The second thing you'll do is your totals. So you'll take your income statement debit and credit and your balance sheet debit and credit totals. Then you'll find your net income, which would be the difference of these two numbers. Okay, your net income or net loss number should match. If it's a net income, if you've made money, your income statement will be debited and your balance sheet will be credited. If you have a net loss, your income statement will be credited and your balance sheet will be debited. That's something that you need to know. If you get those in the wrong spot, it messes up quite a few points and quite a different few numbers there. So make sure that you know if it's a net income, your income statement is debited, your balance sheet is credited. If it's a net loss, your income statement is credited and your balance sheet is debited. Okay, you're going to single rule here at the bottom. You're going to find your totals. Your income statement debit and credit should match. Your balance sheet debit and credit should match, and then double rule at the bottom. Calculating and recording a net loss on a worksheet. This is what we just showed. Okay, so your income statement would be credited, your balance sheet would be debited. Same exact thing here. Single rule, do your totals, your net loss, and extend your net loss down to your totals. These two should match, these two should match, and then double rule at the bottom.